Hey guys, it's I went to church today. It's 3 p.m. right now. And I thought it was, I always think that God works in mysterious ways. The sermon was about Peirasmos, and basically it means temptation. And I thought that was really relevant to what we're going through in the diet. Now, this is referring to sin, but let's make an analogy and say that it's referring to food, okay? And every day we're being tempted. But the true meaning of that is to be tested. It's not temptation that's bad. It's what the outcome is of the temptation. So I'm thinking, for myself, like if somebody waved like my favorite foods in front of me, maybe if I considered it more like a test instead of temptation, and it's all semantics because it's all the way our head perceives things. And I know myself, I hate being tested. And when I do get tested, I want to score high, And so maybe the next time I see another piece of food or a favorite food of mine that's off limits, I will try really hard to make it seem like it's a test. Like somebody is testing me. Will I take a bite of the red velvet cheesecake? You know what I'm saying? And I think maybe that would help me not cheat so much. And not that I cheat a lot during the day, but there's always seems to be one cheat during the day, whether it's on purpose or not. You know how you say, oh, I didn't get up early today because my alarm clock didn't go off. Yeah, deep down inside, you didn't want to get up, so you didn't set the alarm clock. Which I totally believe in, the deep down inside theory. And I think when I cheat accidentally and I keep going after I know it's a cheat, it's really, all my responsibility. The reason why I bring that up and why that's relevant is because after church, we went out to lunch and we went to Taxi's Burgers where they have great hamburgers. And I chose the low-carb option where they don't put the bun and they just wrap it with lettuce. So I bit into it. I'm like, man, this is the best burger ever, like onion, tomato, and lettuce. And then I look inside it. I'm like, what's that yellow stuff in there? I'm thinking it's like mustard or whatever. I look in there. It's a piece of melted cheese. Yeah, of course. And my husband's like, oh, you're not supposed to have cheese? I'm like, no, I'm on P2, not on P3. And I could have stopped there. I had already eaten like half the burger. I might have been able to shave off the cheese, but by that time, the burger tastes so good. So I just ate the whole thing. And the good thing is the burger wasn't huge. It looked like a 4-ounce piece of hamburger, which my clinic, their instructions to me were that I could have 4 ounces of meat. So I'm kind of floating between 3.5 and 4 ounces of meat when I eat, or protein, I should say. So that's the one cheat of the day. There was cheese on my burger. Here's the stupid thing. I was on the interruption for so long that I got so used to being on P3 and not injecting. Okay. So this morning I get up before the kids get out of bed. They're awake already. And I'm like, okay, we got to go to church, so go get dressed. And so I run downstairs. I take the syringes out of the fridge, one syringe out of the fridge, so it can, warm up to room temperature. I put it on the counter. Well, of course, hello, Sundays are donut days. And we just went straight out the door. We didn't even go into the kitchen. Well, we did to get a cup of coffee. And I totally forgot that I didn't inject. And I didn't know and realize until I got home today at 3. I was like, okay, there's a syringe on the counter. Stupid. I didn't inject. My house is pretty cold that it didn't lose any potency. And see, I don't think it's really going to affect me. Like if I gain weight tomorrow, it's going to be because I ate the piece of cheese, Speaking of weight, my stats. I told you I was going to say that in the beginning. Sorry. My stats were I was up 0.6. There could be 2 reasons. One, I ate a lot of sodium yesterday. I thought I drank enough, but maybe I didn't. I mean, to offset the sodium intake. It could be the 2-day grace period before you gain weight. So maybe the buffalo wings did affect me. And I've never had a weight gain during when I've had buffalo wings. And I think I told you that already. But it still could be that. I'm not ruling it out. So, you know, 0.6, whatever. Plus, for you people who are losing your last 5 pounds, it's going to happen. I mean, it's not going to be, 5 pounds in 5 days. Even 20 pounds is not 20 pounds in 20 days. Your last clump of weight that you're losing is going to be 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of thing. And don't get discouraged, because I'm not. I was on the first part of the P2 for 40-some days, and I lost 19.5 pounds. And it seemed really slow while I was doing it. But after, I was like, I lost 19.5 pounds, girl. Or boys out there. So for you guys just starting out and, you just have that 20 pounds to lose, don't be discouraged when you have slow losses or, you gain one day and then lose the next day. Because in the end, like everybody says, all the veterans out there, I'm starting to consider myself a veteran because I feel like I've been on it for a long time. There are times when you're going to lose and gain and stall, but in the end, you realize that you worked out to your average. So don't be discouraged, guys, okay? Just hang in there and have fun while you're doing it, because really I'm having fun. What's fun about it is that I'm learning how to eat the way I'm supposed to eat, the way we're all supposed to eat. And it's not deprivation. Yeah, P2 seems like deprivation because it's only 500 calories. But being on the interruption for 2 weeks, I realized that, it's really not. Like, even when you're on P3 and you can't have starch and sugars, I was having a good time eating. Like, in restaurants, I know some of you guys are scared to go out to restaurants, but especially in certain parts of the country, I gotta say, I do live in the Bay Area, so we do have health conscious chefs. There are a lot of organic options. There are a lot of different kinds of cuisine that you can go and not feel like you're eating a bunch of processed food. And I'm lucky. I'm lucky because I live in California and there is that. I don't know how it is in the Midwest, the South, but I was just letting you know that I have many options here, and that's why I go out to restaurants and I can always find something that lies within the protocol. I'm up to 132.0, and that is 1.8 over LDW. And I do have an expectation. My expectations are not very high. I'm hopeful that I will lose an extra 5 pounds. But if I don't and I start to feel hungry and stuff, then I know that this was my ideal weight. Yikes, I need to buy a bra that looks like a tank top on top because it's craziness. I think that's all for now because I wanted to make a short vlog and it ended up being long again. 16 minutes. Like when I do a 16-minute vlog, you know how long it takes me to edit out 4 minutes of that? I'll be here for like 2 hours doing that. I loved all your comments on my last 2 vlogs. I read them when I'm in the car and stuff like that. I mean, when I'm not driving, of course. Don't worry. I try to answer them on the phone, but of course YouTube is like driving me crazy. And so sometimes they don't post. But I think today most of them posted my comments, my replies for you guys. Also, last night, the stupid day 46 video, I tried posting that all night last night and it would keep erroring out. And then finally, when I thought it was going to work, I went to bed. And this morning, okay, how come my video is not up? I look on my phone, it's not up. So I come back to the laptop. Nope. Communication error again. So that really pisses me off. YouTube is having some issues they got to fix. Okay, so hope you had a great weekend. And I wish the P2ers lots of release tomorrow. And the P3ers, remember, stabilize. It's all about stabilization. Stabilization. And I love you guys. And I will talk at you tomorrow. Peace.